How the US changed me. I quickly realized that I wasn't working hard enough. Some people would slack off, some people would not be responsible enough. That's another side effect of COVID. A lot of people were offended and they were like, no, Kazakhstan is not like that. And I rush to be able to not make them wait for me. Hi guys, my name is Salta. I show life in Kazakhstan from locals' perspective. And in this video, I wanted to share with you how 5 years of my life in the US changed me. First thing that I learned and something that stuck with me is the work ethic. I learned to work very hard and smart because you know how big is the competition in the US. All the best professionals and specialists from around the world travel to the US to follow their American dream. And it's something that I saw right away when I came to the US. I saw how everybody works hard and follows their dreams, goes towards their goals. And especially when I went to the University of Chicago, I used to be one of the smartest people in my high school, but when I went to the University of Chicago, obviously all the smartest students from around the world were at the university, and I quickly realized that I wasn't working hard enough, I wasn't working smart enough, so I started, putting more hours into my work, but it's just something that, motivates me, and it's something that I love about the US. It motivates me, it inspires me, it drives me, and it shows me what else I can do and how much more I can work and what else can I achieve. And once I saw that in the US, when I came back to Kazakhstan, I could see that the work ethic is very different. Some people would slack off, some people would not be responsible enough, but I learned that if you're working very hard, if you're responsible, if you're organized, that you can achieve whatever you want. So yeah, that's amazing about globalization. That's another side effect of COVID. But had I not been to the US and not seen what the work ethic is like, I probably wouldn't be the way I am today. Next thing that changed me and that I didn't see much in Kazakhstan is actually being nice and positive and smile around people. We are usually very positive and we smile to each other only to people we know, or we want to send some kind of message across. But in the US it doesn't really matter. You just walk on the streets, you say hi to everybody, you smile to everybody, you have a small talk on the elevator, and you just being nice to everybody, especially the holding doors thing. I don't see, when I said in my other video 9 things I don't like about Kazakhstan, that people don't hold doors for you here. A lot of people were offended and they were like, no, Kazakhstan is not like that, Almaty is not like that. People do hold doors for you. I mean, people do maybe, but it's just a huge contrast with the US, because there everybody does that, especially I don't know, maybe, well, at least in the Chicago area, in California, in New York, everywhere I went to, people do hold doors for you. And sometimes I feel bad because somebody holds the door for me and I rush to be able to not make them wait for me. So here it doesn't happen too much. Maybe it does, maybe a few times, but not on a regular basis. Being nice and smiling and being positive also converts to writing style. When you email somebody, you always say how are you, how is your day, and you say something nice, you say some kind of compliment, and that's very nice because it keeps that positive energy flowing between people in the US. But here it's more direct, especially in Russia also. It's just whatever business is about, they're gonna talk about that in the email. But in the US, that's different, and that's something that I appreciated a lot. And it does make your mood better, it does make your day better. So I feel that's a good practice. Next thing that changed me that also relates to smiling and being positive and being nice is actually the practice of networking. In the US, it's very huge and big, and it's useful, and it's not looked down upon. It's something that's appreciated. It's something that people set up there as much as they can. Whatever meetings we have, whatever conferences we have, even the sororities and fraternities in the US, or whatever kind of organization or clubs you join, the main message about that is to make friends, is to meet people, is to connect with them, is to network basically. It's really nice because it's stressed there and it's kind of official there. It's not somebody's gonna use their connection or their new friend for some kind of goal they have. It's more you just meet people, you just chat with them, you become friends, and then maybe some of you are gonna help each other, maybe not. It's not necessarily like that, but it's something that's very stressed. And for you to find a job, or to gain some kind of opportunities, to meet some kind of goals, you do need to network in the US. Whereas in Kazakhstan, it's not stressed like that. It's more whatever people you meet in high school, university, or at your job, that's your only circle. People don't usually go to like conferences or organizations or clubs. There's no sororities or fraternities. Sometimes it's even looked down upon if you're using your connection, if you're using your friend to help you out. It's not stressed like that. Whereas in the US, it's very appreciated and it's a normal practice. And I love that, and I try to practice that everywhere I go. Number 4 that I started doing once I came back from the US, it's actually planning everything in advance, because in the US you can never do anything without planning in advance. You plan a meeting like a week before, you plan some kind of event a month before, you plan your vacation 3 months before, 6 months before, a year before, you plan weddings. Well, weddings here are also planned sometimes a year ahead, but in Kazakhstan, we can just like drive up to the airport, get the tickets and leave somewhere, you know. You can meet up with somebody in like half an hour. You can, I don't know, you can do pretty much everything without planning it. Basically, everything can be spontaneous here, whereas in the US, nothing's gonna happen without emailing in advance, you know, waiting for, I don't know, 15 business days or something like that. Well, I'm exaggerating, but still, there's that culture where you plan everything in advance, and that's also a nice thing because you are organized, you do know what's going to happen in the next month. It allows you, I guess, to be more productive and effective, because if something here comes up and something is spontaneous, sometimes you forget or you don't do something that you scheduled. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, there are benefits to both of the sides, but something that I learned and that I've seen in the US is planning everything ahead and in advance. Number 5 is something that I'm not too proud about. I'm not used to cook too much. And I didn't need to cook as much in the US because, you know, I was going to the canteen, to the cafe, to the restaurants, and then you can easily, you know, buy pre-made stuff or, you know, frozen stuff, and you can like warm it up, or also like a lot of the fast food is available. But I try to avoid that too. But yeah, I haven't cooked too much there. I came back. Here it's even more convenient because everything is much cheaper, all the groceries are cheaper, all the restaurants are cheaper usually, so you don't really need to cook here. That's something that the US has taught me that I'm not too proud about, but you know, that's the way it is. Number 6, and this is something that, you know, sometimes I get stares about, I get some kind of judgments about. When I went to the US, nobody cared about my looks, so I just got used to walking around in sweatpants and in like, I don't know, some kind of sandals or, you know, Uggs. So here, sometimes I just like do the same thing. I don't put my makeup on. I can walk around in sweatpants and Uggs. And a lot of my friends and relatives would tell me like, you know, you have to put in a little more effort into your looks because people are gonna judge me or something. But that leads me to my next point. Is actually, it's related to feminism. What I learned in the US and what changed me in the US is that I learned that I have more rights as a woman. There's not that much power to women in Kazakhstan, but in the US, you know, you can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want, you can dress however you want, and that's something that I appreciate a lot. I did take with me to Kazakhstan, so I'm not limited by all the stereotypes, by all the beliefs in Kazakhstan about women, even if there are still some kind of, you know, things that are confining for women here. But I know that I personally can access, you know, the entire world, and I don't need to be just listening to like one side or one country telling me what to do as a woman. But that's not available to everyone in Kazakhstan. So I wish they could learn that they have all the rights. They can be whatever they want to be, basically, if they're not just confined by one country. And that basically gave me more confidence. So these were all things that I wanted to mention in this video. If you like this video, here's another video that you might like. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what thoughts you might have. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.